If laughter cannot solve your problem, it will definitely resolve your problem. So that you can think clearly what to do about it. Hi, I'm Harleen Sandhu, and I welcome you all to another episode of Spiritual Talk Show. Today, I'm very excited to introduce the power couple, Balraj and Riju Kapoor. Balraj and Riju are both great pyramid masters from UK. Balraj is from hospitality industry, and Riju is a teacher by profession. They both say their life has transformed ever since they started practicing Anapanasati meditation in year 2020. Balraj says Patri sir is a modern day Pied Piper. They both have been conducting various workshops and meditation classes across the globe. Balraj is known for his All Is Well laughter workshops. So let's invite them. Hello, Balraj and Riju. A very warm welcome to you.
Namaste, namaste. Thank you for
We are so
us
excited to have the power couple on our episode. It's it's the first episode where we have the couple, and of course this is the best we can do, the best power couple, and I think our viewers gonna like it. So thank you so much for coming to our show.
Thank you, Harleen ji. Thank you for telling us power couple. I don't know, my children think the same or not, but yes, my neighbors definitely.
No, you are, because when we were talking about the couple and I, the first time, I think we all decided, the global team, that, this the couple we need to get on the show. So we can learn a lot, both of you. I like a lot of couples need to learn a lot of things from both of you. So that was our main motto today. So my first question is, how did your spiritual journey started?
All right. So, Harleen, before coming into meditation, we were very spiritual. We were kind of God-fearing, spiritual and all that. And I used to believe a lot in horoscopes, okay, in astrology and horoscopes, okay. And then somebody told me that in 2020, Balraj, you're going to win a lottery. You're going to get a lottery of your lifetime. And actually, I did win a lottery. Is 1st June 2020, the lottery of our biggest lottery of our life came into our life, which is the Anapanasati meditation. And, from that day onwards, there's no looking back. Every time we kind of, meet so many people, so many divine masters, it's like, learning so much from them. It's like a lottery for us. So that's why I said, that actually I did. If you think about it, I really did. We really actually won a lottery.
And I am born and brought up in a very spiritual and religious environment, very disciplined, very principle-oriented family. But as I said, every after marriage, ours is arranged marriage, and two, I would say, south and north pole met together, negatives and positives. But spiritual journey started, and I would say I came into Satya Sai Baba's fold because of my husband. We both came together, and I think my husband never, shied away to follow whatever we were doing together. Our children born during that time, we started journey. Then I take what is spirituality, what people they're talking about. Then he was always with me for so many years. Then from Middle East, we moved to London. I was conducting here Balvikas classes as a Sunday, very disciplined, loving teaching teenagers the principles of life, human values, how you conduct it. But there are something, after teaching donkey's years, almost 20 years, I was teaching teenagers. I learned a lot from them, but there was definitely something was there. We used to do meditation, but children, they put off with the meditation. Why? What is something Baba is telling all the time? And then on one night, I decided I'm not going to conduct any Balvikas classes anymore. But then I was asking what I will do, because my Sundays were mornings, just go in the morning, early morning, come back in the afternoon with my laptop bag and all those questions and resolving issues, or go to various TED Talk masters. What is this life about? What I'm going to do? And the answer was echoing inside me. You wait, what is that? And finally, the day came when when this lockdown happened, we all were working, and poor my husband, he was cooking food for everyone. And we were telling him, shush, we are on the Zoom classes. And he found out about Anapanasati meditation. And this was his manifestation, that we need to do something together. And I said, today what I am, because of him, because for my success, my husband played, my children played very important part. So why not give a go? Because I am basically very carefree person, very relaxing, very laughter oriented, and he is the one on the other side, right? I would call it Indian pakoda.
I
Okay.
love that name.
And so I thought, no, let me give that go. So we both of them started. First day, second day, the third day. Third day, I heard in my this Anapanasati classes that you can get rid of your ailments. And I said, wow, amazing. How come these doctors are full? Because my family is full of doctors. And this was all during COVID time. And I was shielding during, I was asthmatic patient. I'm saying I was asthmatic patient now. Chronic, I was taking steroids and everything. So third day, I decided I'm not going to take any medication. But I was working. I was really taking many times inhalers and steroids. What is going to happen? And I'm going to school. If I cough, children are, everyone is going to run away and they say,
Yes.
you have COVID. And believe me, and that was not the right time to take experiment, but I did that challenge very well. And this is all divinity. From there, I learned whatever you decide inside your heart, you will get. And first, 3rd to 10th of June, it was very difficult. I was taking 10 steps without medication, and I was panting. I was fed up. One day, I put all my medication on the table and I said, I learned you are the non-living thing and I am the mastermind. I need to dictate. I am not going to now. This is in front of me. Till today, I didn't throw my inhalers. They are with me. They challenge many a times. Come on, take it when the turbulence come. But from 1st of June 2020 till today, I didn't take any medication. So this was the first experiment. Then after that, the
Amazing.
journey was going on and on and on. It's very
Wow.
beautiful.
It's amazing story. What does spirituality means to both of you?
For me, spirituality means truthfulness, to be honest to yourself. If you're not honest, then there is no point, because everyone has their own principles, everyone has their own. Yes, there are certain guidelines for every society. We make this, we should not cross red light or something. But spirituality teaches you, if you made a mistake, then what is going to happen? If you cross the red light, how you're going to come back? What is going to happen? So with the mistake, you learn something. So spirituality teaches you lesson and give you that bliss after that, if you take it positively. This is a spirituality to me. Be truthful to yourself.
That is
To
true.
me, spirituality has always been that, I've always believed in this principle of love all, serve all, and I always put in practice wherever possible, that, and to me, I feel personally, Harleen, that, all of us are like on this stage of drama. We all are enacting our parts. We all are, doing a particular character. And everyone has been assigned a particular character because of his past karmas or whatever you may call it, and we're playing our part. So who am I to pass any judgments or any kind of comments on somebody else's part? So each and everyone is doing their part, and let them do it. Let us all enjoy this blissful journey together. And that's what I personally feel about it.
And particularly, Harleen, I just add into Balraj's statement. When we heard this one, that, we are all playing this drama on the stage. And after that, everyone in the, performance in real life on the drama situation, the villain says to the hero, oh, you did a wonderful job. These things really hit on me.
Yeah.
Because I am in the front line and I meet many various type of people, which according to my intellectual brain, they are not doing good job. Yes, as a teacher, my duty to tell them this is not the right path. But who am I to judge and make that stereotype image for them? So spirituality taught that very, this big lesson to us. We are all performing. So just do your job diligently, honestly, and rest, leave it. Yeah.
I think that's the best motto, Balraj, love all, serve all. I've seen hospitality people, they really like to serve people. So I think is it any difference coming from, because you're from a hospitality energy and then meditation? What's the difference you felt between both of the?
Well, actually, if you think about it, there's no difference, right? I mean, in a hospitality, what you're doing, whenever a guest comes to you, you are making sure that you are giving your complete attention to
Yes.
them, and meditation is nothing but actually going away from everything and just trying to be within yourself. I mean, all these years, believe me, hospitality I'm very passionate about. But it came a stage in my life. I was completely a very, very disturbed and a stressed out person because I didn't have a time for a moment for myself. I was always being in a hotel, being in a restaurant all the time. I hardly had time to even eat my food,
Yeah.
you know. So for me, meditation has actually given me so much of bliss, so much of time to be within myself. People say that this COVID, people were under lockdown. To me, it has not been a lockdown. It has been the opening of the lock to go within ourselves.
Down inside you.
We have
It's true.
actually, all of us as masters or as people who have come into meditation, we have unlocked ourselves and gone within ourselves. Because within ourselves is that the entire world where, something that you can even not describe it in words. And that's what I personally believe, that this is what lockdown has done to me.
Yeah, they say lockdown is actually a blessing in disguise for a lot of meditators because Zoom started a lot of, earlier it was a lot of in-person classes. Sometimes you can't attend because of it's Zoom. Everyone, it's just a click of button. Everybody can stay anywhere and they can do all the Zoom classes and meditation classes. And how meditation transformed both of your life?
I think the discipline transform in the sense more aware what we are doing in terms of, for example, the first, I know that I am the in charge of the body. I can do whatever I want. I am the healer. I can, whatever I manifest. This was the such beautiful first book. It was surprising first book. I read You Forever, and it was written that there is a silver string, silver cord, which is connecting all of us. And I was shocked. Really? So, how beautifully the author has expressed, or the divine master, that umbilical cord, the journey cut off, and then the silver cord, the divinity, which is carrying you all the time, the strength, the power is all around you. So what is the worry? So, that awareness that happened. And then I started experimenting everything. So, for example, we fight for something, okay? So I was, rather saying, you had done, putting finger on him.
Yeah.
So we plan for it. So there is a solution for something. So rather having that guilt pang and fears, it happened, it's gone. Okay. And there are some moments when I've cried a lot. And is it a good? People are going to say, I'm now meditator. Because no, it's a very, normal instinct. The teacher's children can be foolish. But honestly speaking, we hardly give our time, because by the time we come home, we are completely tired, exhausted, hardly give time to the children. So the first finger put, same with the meditators or whoever the spiritual person. If you are, this I learned from, Satya Sai organization, when you are, join any group or any service, you don't become that, you become the part of that society. For example, the brick, I cannot say there is a one brick in my house. There's a complete bricks together build the house. So we, that each brick has a responsibility to take that weight. So that brick, that responsibility, we all need to owe towards the organization. We learned from them. So who, it's what the steps we are taking. So if this is happening, I was questioning, am I doing right? Am I doing right? So this question is, keep, taking you on the right path. Yes, you need to watch yourself. You watch yourself. So that awareness really helped me is keep going. It is difficult, not easy, but yes, that everyday tick box exercise is happening. And
at 27 years we've been married, and like every married couple, we still have our challenges. Everyone has their own, little bit of difference of opinions, and the little bit of things that we normally have in any. And I was just telling her the other day. In fact, she was telling me the other day, and we had a big fight about something, and and then suddenly, I told her, I said, look, I think meditation is working for us. And she says, why do you say that? I said, because I did not react to you. I did not respond to you. I just kept quiet, and that is what it shows as a man, sometimes, you just can't, you have to kind of flare up. But this time I did not react. And she was shocked that, Balraj, this is not you. This is not just you. And that is what I said, jokingly to her, Dekha, meditation is working for us. See,
first time he said, yes, it is working for me.
Good. Riju, you do a lot of experiments with meditation. So can you tell us one
Yes.
or two experiments you did?
First was on the work front. Okay. I believe in law of karma and the energy you create yourself, the thought you create. When I moved to different setup, and there was some challenges. And I was thinking, oh, I was the boss, what I'm doing here. But I was just kept quiet because if I tell these things to my family, they will say, we told you, you were such a big position. Why you're doing this, you are that. So I just kept quiet and just, that inner dialogue I was happening. And one day there was one, colleague of mine, she was quite difficult. And I thought this is all my karma is testing me. Am I wrong? No, I'm doing the right thing. So the echoing. One day, my director came and he said, Riju, we are moving you to the different department. Without doing anything, I accepted everything. I was doing it because, and that learning, that teaching, that lesson taught me that everyone is doing their jobs. And I need to give space because there is story for everyone behind. The people who portray on the work front, they behave differently because they have certain baggages they're carrying. So learn, accept it. This is your journey. How I move on, and I move on. Relationships become better at the workplace. Then I'm talking about I'm a teacher, so with the students also I experimented on during lockdown. I said, now I'm learning about this vegetation and all. What is going to happen? God help me something. So every day morning we do this register where I need to take meal choices. Surprisingly, during that process, 40 days process, all my children chose vegetarian meal. Wow. Amazing. And then my cleaner used to come and I started talking to him. He started doing meditation. He's Nigerian. He started doing meditation. He started going to the church. So those experiment, the thought process. Okay. And this was also learned in the statements, the quotations, what we say. So one of the statement was, my tomorrow is based upon today. So I am the creator for my future. So I said, okay, let me experiment. So my son was facing he's a adult, and he's a solicitor. He was also facing some problems. But first I experimented myself. Does it work? I told him, certain arguments happen in the workplace or something. And I told him, I said, do not portray the picture of the past. That was past. Now, don't keep that grudges or something. Now move on. Start positive vibes, creating that positive thoughts. Okay. That law, that law of attraction. Now he's moved back and he's working with the same person. And he said, yes, mom, you were right. Because what we do, because of the past, the thoughts, what we create, we based on our tomorrow based upon the past. So that experiment also helped in my real life and my work front. So this was many experiments I do. Whenever I heard anything, I do experiment. For example, today I heard about the food challenge. So I thought, let me experiment this food challenges. So now I have already started. No more cooking. When I do cooking, I need to do just cooking, nothing, no listening, nothing here and there. So yes, that's another experiment. Yeah.
Nice. I think after listening to you, people will actually experiment now, because this is what PSSM tells. This is spiritual science. Experiment. Just don't believe what masters are saying. Experiment yourself and then see. And then, yeah, it's true. We create our own reality. So yeah, because I think we were saying something and somebody asked me, how can I create such a bad reality for me? But then we don't realize that, okay, we say that we don't want to create it, but our actions, our whatever with our thoughts, they all play a very big role in that.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, what does marriage means to both of you? Like whenever I see your sessions, you're always together. I mean, of course, everyone fights, but even after fighting, you guys are together. It's like a union. It's not like I've never felt, that Balraj is a husband or Riju, or, you are cutting each other in a conversation. You are together, but you have your own space. This is what I felt whenever I see you. I've never seen, that if you're together, one is cutting another, because otherwise, if a husband and wife are together, it's very hard to even have a conversation, because the other one is ready to, put the pressure on other, I'm the right. But whenever I see you taking, because you take both of a lot of classes together and you have your own space and yet you are together. So what does marriage means to you?
I think for marriage, which I always say this to every person, that marriage is nothing but one little word you need to understand, and that's called compromise. You know, you need
Not
to
compromise.
understand
I would say adjustment. Now
adjustment.
here we are. See you.
No, it's all about compromise, because any situation, you got to understand that you got to give space and respect to the other person. I come from a very different background. I never had ever thought that a person, having lived in Bombay, having, been in the hotel industry, would actually go in for an arranged marriage. I'm talking about 27 years ago when, everything was different, and to me, not knowing a person and just getting marrying that person is actually been the most, I would say, the most wonderful and the most amazing experience, which I think most of the people today in today's world, they don't understand that. For them, it's all about, having living relationships, it's having, trying to know each other. And I think the more you don't know is actually the big fun in it, because the more you know the fun, then there's no fun.
There is no fun. That is true.
Right. So, and the other thing which I always, made it a point was that I always made feel her that she is not, in fact, I always feel that my wife is more superior to me. We are in par with each other. We are not up and down. We are like one coin with two sides. And marriage is all about that understanding, which every person should give it to the other person, to the other partner, that every one of us needs to give that space to the other person. And only then you will enjoy that wonderful reunion. And bear in mind that we as meditators, we've come to know that we've chosen each other. We have chosen each other.
Many times we do. What?
Yes, we chose each other. So, so there is a reason for that, and that is something which we always enjoy, and to your surprise, we have a bank account which is in our both names. We have an email account which is in both our names. We don't have anything which is, like hiding from each other. We don't hide anything from each other. We are like two open persons, but having one simple identity for each other. And that's very important with any relationship.
And
See,
I
that's
think
the
we are
first reason
very
we said you are
honest.
a power couple. That's the reason
We
we
are
said
very
you're the power
honest.
couple.
We are very honest. He gave me proper space. See, marriage is not mean like you cannot appreciate someone's beauty and I cannot appreciate. He gave me proper space. And Harleen, I come from the background. I'm a gully street girl, okay? And he is a very posh study, Bombay with big people. I'm a small street girl, and with him, his wife, and totally, his work trade was to. I used to hate hoteliers. I do not like because, madam, do this, madam, please. I am a very straightforward person, very simple. For him, everything is, with the decorative, everything. But he was very nice to me. I remember when we were seeing each other, the first thing, his aunt brought tea, and tea got cold. And when tea got cold, that layer come on top of it. And I was observing what he's going to do. He's come from a very posh background. He quickly, pick up with the hand and put it on the side. I said, hey, he's my type. So I definitely need to say yes. And with my education and everything, he never, whenever he needs my help, I am with him because certain strong points I have and certain, weaknesses I have. So we both share it together and we are very honest about. For example, I grew up with the environment where husband is, very fat or something. Still, oh my pati to kuch khanda hi nahi, he's not so eating. I just very blunt. Come on, do something for your trade or do something. So we are and he is very honest. We are in our house. We are critics of each other. Before anybody say, we respect each other's decision. Today, what I am because of my critics sitting next to me. So that is, I think, respect, mutual respect, adjustment, laughter, shouting. If I need to blast, I need to blast. He needs to blast, he needs to blast. So that is, I think, honestly, what we take on from each other.
I think if everyone learned this, that everyone has their negative and positives, you just have to take both of them. We can't just say, that's the only good points I want, because a lot of girls, what they have, even the boys, we need everything perfect. We don't want to see anything like, girl should be pretty, perfect, stay with family and all that. But when she reacts, we then, oh no, we can't. And same goes for the girl side too. I think that's the best part between you, that you take a viewer as a whole. You don't like segregate, this is the best Riju I want, and I don't want this, and same for world. So what are the advice you want to give out all the couples out there, whether you're girlfriend, boyfriends, or their husband, wives, anything from you coming out from the power couple? What advice you want to give to all of them?
First is trust and love. You should be very clear about, do not try to change anybody, because we cannot change anybody. Change yourself. Accept the way the person, the behave, the environment, because upbringing plays very important role. When we become, chemicals together, then we'll see what soda drink we knew cocktail be. But so far, just accept Coke and Fanta, okay? And then see the chemical reaction. So acceptance is for me very important. I want to give, do not try to change, because everyone has their own baggage, their own living style. You need to think what is good for you. You do your homework. And love, do not, one thing, nowadays I have seen here in the Western world, even in, in India, people break up relationships. They do not meant for that. You are more inclined towards your pets, but do not, humans, no values for emotions. We need to respect each other's emotion and give space. Give everyone to groom. It's not, but again, we need to think about, there's a difference between a pet and a human being. You can, drag the pet with the collar, but you cannot, unfortunately, you cannot drag the human beings with the collar. So we need to give that, that loose reins to everyone, freedom.
I think, she rightly said it, that, all of us, both of us, as a man and a woman, we need to respect each other. That's very important. And you also need to understand that, that a person who's actually been, she's come into your family, she's come from a different background, she's come from a different environment, and she's used to a particular background. I mean, I really envy, I really have lots of respect for every woman, because to me, as I said, that when a woman comes to a man's life, it's a new life for her. It's a new birth for her. So you need to welcome her. You need to give her that space. You need to give her that feeling that, look, I'm there with you. I am there to support you for everything that you're going to be kind of facing in life, and that's something which every woman expects out of a man, and yes, like, for me, a wife and a mother are the two eyes that you need to have for your, within your body. And both of them, you are the third eye for them. You need to have that right balance between the mother and the wife, and they both are so important, because how can I forget, the virtues or the things that my mother has done for me? But I should not also forget that she is the mother of my child, my children. So that respect you need to create for that person. And believe me, life is such a beautiful, it's just about, adjustments. It's just about enjoying. It's just about, if you're feeling disturbed, fight it out, just relax. But then come back to yourself, come back to understanding that, look, we need to have this space for ourselves. That's most important.
And for the desires also, everyone has to build a, beautiful palaces and want to lead a wonderful life. And I think the desires, if we want to live together, because where we are talking about couples, we need to live together. We need to think about together we can do it. We should not, bring this financial status in between. We can do together, because, hardships, everything is part and parcel of life. We have gone through a lot in our life, but together we sail through. Now we look at our journey and I think we are so blessed. We have seen this. If Balraj never lost his job, I've never become independent.
True.
So, everything is never ever bring, particularly still till today, my children are adult. We talk about these things. People, they talk about money bring, families bring. Who is important? Yes, family is important, but you need to make up. You need to where things are not in. We need to make now new society, new era, golden period of our life. That's what we need to do with the young, with the youth.
When you're saying, I can totally relate. I got married 12 years ago and I was from India, and my husband is born and brought up here. So I say I'm the very fortunate enough that I got in-laws who are so understanding. So when I came here, at least for first month or two, it was a little different for me, the culture and everything. So I remember my mother-in-law was telling my husband one day, even if you take a plant from one place to another, it takes time to adjust with the new soil. So give her some time. And my husband is always like, I was the one who wanted to change him because I thought, Indians don't do this way and you're American. But after listening to you, I remember that I actually, after I think a month or two, I realized that I don't need to change him because I have to start seeing his positive things. And again, my mother-in-law and father, they are like the best. I think if I'm here in a happy marriage, it's because of them, because they give me that space and they let my husband realize to give me that space. But after listening to you, that I can completely say that it takes time to even if you're girlfriend, boyfriend, like one of my friends, they dated like for 12 years, got married, within 6 months, they got divorced.
Yeah.
I don't know why, because they said what they were expecting before, because I think now they have the same expectations. But when you get married, it takes you're right, because because you're living together, you see a lot of other stuff. And I was very amazed, like, you dated 12 years and then how? But then you're right, because we do not give space. We do not accept. We always want to change other person first, because we always think we are the right, we are the right ones. So I think after listening to you, people will have little open-mindedness and they will see relationship differently. Because after seeing you, everyone wants to be like you. I want to be like you. So you are my inspiration.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
What is self-love to you and why it is important?
Okay, so let me go on this. Up until
He's full of
meditation,
self-love.
up until meditation did not come into my life, I was going through a very difficult phase. Having achieved everything, I was still not happy. There was something in me which was kind of holding me back. And I was always having this very low esteem within myself. I also twice tried to even, kind of have these suicidal tendencies of, things about doing those things in my life, and I was so disturbed, having a wonderful wife, wonderful children. I would say we are blessed with such wonderful children, and still there was something lacking in me. But when I came into meditation, after that, as I said, I unlocked myself and I realized, that the most important thing for every individual is self-love. Rather than, me giving that importance to every person, now I have started giving that importance to myself. I say, look, I am the most wonderful human being on this planet here. Come on, I have to accept that for myself. So I look at myself in the mirror in the morning and I say, wow, Balraj Kapoor, you see, chagai boss, So that's the way I look at myself now. And it is very important for every individual, to have that self-love feeling within yourself. Yes, Riju, you want to say anything on this?
Self-love is very important because, we grew up like Mother India, sacrifice, right? It's not true. Because, my mother, she always wanted that both of our girls should be independent. And I've never seen my mother. I think we owe a lot to our parents, both myself and my sister. And she taught me it's very important. If you are not happy, how can you give happiness to others? So first you need to learn, always Balidan ka bakra. She said all nonsense, all nonsense. You have this life is very precious. And I think after coming to meditation, I learned, oh yes, what our this all scriptures and they talk about the various births. I have taken so many journey. So why I'm taking this human birth so lightly? I need to take it seriously with laughter and joy, with dignity. Because my mom said, when you become a mother, you have a big responsibility towards yourself, towards your children, towards society, towards your husband, for everyone, but first yourself. So Dharti Ma or the Mother Nature, it's not the easy name, those two words. Yeah. It's big words and very deep meaning into it. So I started, for me, like inner peace is very important. So I made sure now I will give some time to myself, what gives me joy. So I made clear to everyone, like Balraj, if he needs space, he needs space. So that self-love made me do certain actions. No, sorry, I need to say no this time. Earlier it was no, whatever you'll say, we'll do it, that goody. It's not goody, it's not giving you happiness. Yeah, so self-love
it's okay to say no sometimes when you need that time, and especially for the mothers, because I've seen mothers, they want to do everything, and at the end they get so frustrated and they are working all this to give the children, but then again they're bashing out on their children because they're tired, they're frustrated.
So. And Harleen, the best is, this is the advice, because the mothers as a mother, we get hurt from our own children.
Yes.
Okay. So no expectations. Learn to, raise your bar, raise your frequency. So first you need to challenge yourself when your own bringing is challenging you. So that
Yes.
makes you rock and you realize, no, this is individual journey. We come alone, we need to go alone.
Yes,
That is the
that's true.
spiritual journey. Yes.
We listen a lot, but I think when the time to come to accept and actually do it, we just we always say, no, that's our kids. We just want to start. But you're so right. We need to let them live, and then that's their journey. We are there to guide them, but not like just because we start overprotecting them.
Yes.
And then when they say back to you, then we are all gone because of, then we say, for you, we did all of things. And that's what you're saying back to us.
Yes. Then self-love goes out of the window. We need to really make it sure that we love ourselves. Yes.
Thank you. And Balraj, you say Patri sir is a modern day Pied Piper. Can you explain on that?
Well, to me, the first day when I saw him, actually, because this is again my manifestation about it. We've all heard about the Pied Piper story.
Mhm.
How the Pied Piper used to play his lovely flute, and all the rats and mice, from the city, they used to all kind of go away from the city and go away. So kind of, exactly the same thing I feel about him, that he plays this flute, every time he mesmerizes us with his lovely flute. And what does that create for us? It creates that, that calmness in our minds, all that clutter, that things that are there on your head, it just goes away. It just vanishes from you. It just kind of, is not there within yourself. And to me, he is the modern day Pied Piper. That's what I say about him always.
No, that is a so apt name for Patri sir, Pied Piper. I think we got a new name for him, and the way you explain, and I think that is actually wonderful description. We can't say it's an example. Yes. So we have a new name for Patri sir now, the modern day Pied Piper. You both also did 10-day detox in Navratri, just on juices and water. So how was the experience on that? And what do you say to other people? Should everyone do detox, or how is it helps in day-to-day life and your spiritual journey?
So, I'm a foodie, being a Punjabi, being a foodie, being from the hospitality world, being a chef by profession.
That's why I asked this question, because a Punjabi and doing 10-day detox, like, no, I have to ask this question.
So, to me, this was actually the biggest challenge of my life, and I thought, and to top it all, I was also told by the organizers of this particular detox that anyone above the age of 50, please refrain yourself from, not doing this detox. So, that literally kind of, shook me. Ek to yaar, aap mujhe Punjabi hone se, and you're telling me not to do it? Nahi, ab to main zarur karun. I will do it. And I said, okay, I have to do it. So I started this on the first day. It was fun. It was difficult, I would say. The second day, Punjabi, not having food, not even looking at it, having a juice. And I just survived on 10 days on coconut water and water. That's it.
Amazing.
These are only two things that I took. And I said, yaar, kuch karna hai, yaar. Or, being a meditator, I think we all, kind of manifest this to ourselves. So it is possible. Why don't I try it? The third day, it became challenging. Yes, it was difficult. But then the fourth day onward, it was an easy flow. It was just an easy flow. And what I realized in this whole process was that it also gave me a lot of time for myself. I also went intentionally into a silence mode. I told my wife, I texted to them. In fact, I did not even tell them. I just texted to my, in my group chat of my children and my wife that, look, I'm going on a silence mode for the next 6 days. Kindly do not talk to me. And they respected that. They also respected that. And, and after that, I just realized that this 6 days has been so, it kind of changed me. I lost about 4.5 kilos of weight in just about 10 kilos in about 10 days. And it was an amazing experience. And I would seriously suggest to every person who is watching this program to please, please, please try this detox. It is something that you need to do it periodically if you can. Once a month, maybe for at least 3-4 days if you can, but at least once in 3 or 4 months, if you can detox yourself, it is the most amazing thing for your body.
It's like an experiment. Just do it. I'm not forcing anyone, but just try this out and see what happens. It's amazing. No cooking. And the best part was when he decided not to talk also. He said, yeah. Then children emailed, Dad, can you increase this silent for more than a week also? So
I remember when I did the silence for 3 days, my husband was so happy. He said, you should do at least 10 days every month. I said, what is your problem? So I know I can relate how you say, because my husband was very happy. He said, I like this. No nagging, no saying that you didn't eat, you didn't wake up on time. And this is like, okay. But and you're right, you feel another rejuvenation. And you, even after not eating, you still have energy because you're meditating and everything. And I think by eating food, we actually suppress our energies. We don't even use our energies properly. And I think after you, Balraj, a lot of Punjabis will say, if kar sakta hai, assi bhi kar sakte. If he can do it, we will do it.
Of course, we all can do it.
yes.
Because Punjabis, I think just because
stop you from
thinking
not
no
doing
aloo
it.
paranthas in the morning, it's just different.
Yes.
No one can stop you from doing something except you yourself.
Yes.
Remember that.
That is true. Can you tell us about your COVID journey?
Okay, so
that was a gift, actually, Christmas gift from my side.
So
I
that
work in a
also,
school.
so that also, as I said, everything we've done together. Even
Yes.
the COVID came to us together. Can you believe it? Like, she got it from
Hats
her school,
off to you,
passed
you
it on to
both.
us.
I swear, hats off to you.
So,
You're a most
she
divine
passed it on
and
to me.
powerful couple.
Somebody asked, Madam, tell me, how was your COVID journey? I said, sir, eat together, disease together. So,
I was taught,
dance together.
I was,
That was the best. I must, convey this. When I got COVID and I told Balraj, here are the property papers, because that time, second time it was really serious. And he said, you are not going anywhere, to mujhe maar ke hi jayegi. Maine kaha, okay, fine, no problems, we'll see what happens. So they were giving me food, but my husband cooked first me like it's never ending. He cooked like for whole mahalla, whole street. And he said, khao or mar jao. It was such a big COVID time.
I made a pot of khichdi, a big pot of khichdi, which almost lasts for 7 days. I said, khai jao, khai jao, like you keep eating it because, you're only supposed to eat khichdi. So anyway, so coming to this COVID thing. So, like as I said, we also got COVID together. Now, COVID, all said and done, it didn't have much of effects on my children. They also had it together, my wife, but it had very, quite serious issues for me. I was thankfully not hospitalized, but I was being monitored every 30
Really
minutes.
bad.
And, I lost a lot of weight. I lost about 10 kilos in about 14 days.
Yeah.
And I actually was feeling very, very low. But the only thing that was keeping me going was meditation. I used to always be alone by myself because I was in my room. So I could not kind of, but then since we were all together, we were moving around together, So
we were playing games
we
and
were
all,
checking.
because his temperament was going down and down, and he was really the problem was my sister-in-law. She's a consultant, and she kept on telling, do this, do that, and he was very irritated. He said, if I'll go to the hospital, I will never come back. You're not going to do. Then I said, okay, start doing meditation. So I used to sleep same room and just do meditation. And I remember Harleen, on 25th, he committed himself that he's one of the Santa in one of the sessions. And
Santa
that
sessions.
day, he was really bad. We
bad.
called ambulance, and I said, please, Balraj, take the Santa costume off. They are going to say, you are fool
my
people.
Zoom session is going
You
on
are
and
fool
the
people.
ambulance is standing outside our door.
Oh my God.
You are cheaters. You are cheaters. We were laughing. Please take this off. Beard at least. They are going to take you like this in the ambulance. Please. But he was adamant. He finished his session and he was collapsed. He was really, after 25th to 1st of January, he was really, really bad. And I was telling meditation. Really, he got irritated, but we were just, children were amazing. We were playing games to keep him just going, his mind. And then he will talk about his.
Well, and also, lot many people think about, they bring in death as fear. What meditation taught me also was that, and Patriji always says this, that death is not something to be fearful about. Death is a celebration, and luckily for us, you'll be surprised, 5 years ago, we took a funeral plan, both of us. Again, we took even the funeral plan together. Can you believe it? 5 years ago, we did a funeral plan
This is
together.
a Dhanteras gift. Have
And-
you ever
and-
seen such mad husband?
On Diwali day, I called a person coming to our house, and the person turned out to be a funeral planner, selling you funeral plan. And and he kind of gave it to us. And it took me 5 years for that funeral plan because obviously, as you know, in this Western part,
it's very
so
expensive.
It is so expensive. So I'm glad we took it. And then I was actually having that peace of mind. Okay, if something happens to me, even the funeral plan is in place. So I'm sorted out for life. I don't have to kind of.
And he
stress
said,
my
wife,
children.
you become a millionaire soon now.
Oh, yes. I even said to her that, yes, now you're going to be a multi-millionaire. You're going to be a millionaire because if I conk off, then, automatically my,
my face is hurting by laughing so
God.
much.
And we laughed, actually. We enjoyed because, that's what I'm trying to make people understand that, come on, kitni der tak hum log fear karte rahenge yaar jaane ka. Why do we want to fear about something? We're going to, leave this character of Balraj Kapoor and enter into some other character in some other place as quickly as possible. So why to have this fear? So and whoever remains back, they should also not feel. They should also enjoy and feel that, have pleasant memories of that person in your heart, rather than feeling sorry or feeling miserable about it. Yes, there have been a lot of people who've lost a lot of their dear friends, and I've lost a few of my relatives, a few of my very close friends, but then I feel that it's a different life for them. We have to kind of cherish those lovely moments with them rather than feeling sorry about it.
That is so true.
Yeah.
So how was your journey? I want to listen to that experience because I was hearing somewhere, but I want all the viewers to listen to your COVID experience, the dream you got.
What happened was actually, I kind of, this was, I think on the last few days, 28th or something, I kind of, have this vision in which I saw that I'm actually come out of my body. So I could see my body lying in my house, and my wife was weeping, and my children were there, and there was a black, and everything, the coffin was black, and my body was there, and I could see my body myself, and I could see, oh look, I can see myself, I'm there, and then the body was being carried, and the coffin goes into a black, a carriageway which has got black horses. There are 7 horses which are driving this carriageway, and my body is placed on that particular carriageway. And the person who's riding this carriageway looks at me at the back, and it turns out to be Patriji. He's also dressed in a white beard, and he's kind of, carrying this carriageway. And then the carriage slowly goes away and goes into this little place where, the body is brought into a little kind of a place where it's kept there. And suddenly, the box starts making noise. This box is making noise, and I'm telling everybody, look, there's sound coming from the box, there's sound coming from the box, and everybody is not listening to it. Whoever is there in that particular, area, I could see lots of people there. And then, I don't know for what reason, I could see cameras of all the TV channels of the world, whether it's BBC, whether it's CNN, whether it's ABC, you name it, and it's there. And they were all shooting at that box. And suddenly the box, somebody comes and opens that box. And there, inside, they find that I'm not gone, I'm there. And I'm laughing and saying, what the hell, yaar? I'm just kind of, why are you people, and then everybody is interviewing me. Those big cameras are being shot at me. And this is what I visualized for myself. So I don't know what it meant for me, what it meant for everybody, but this is what I actually had this vision, which I shared, during my Christmas talks to people. And wonderful experience, but the journey was very, very blissful, and I really, really, really enjoyed that particular bit.
Riju, any significant experience for you in meditation?
When I came into meditation, people used to ask me, do you have a astral travel or this third eye experience or something? Harleen, now I look back, I do not get dreams. But 2 precise dreams I remember very well. And after coming to meditation, I acknowledged with my brother, because my dad is no more. And I said, this has happened. So this means my meditation journey started long time back, and divinity want to push me. One was when my dad was dying, and I was in Bahrain. And during that period, I was not getting proper sleep. But on the particular day when he passed away, I slept like a log. And during that dream, I saw everything that he's just, going. And then recently, after coming to meditation, I think in August, I called up my brother. I went on Vipassana after that. Here in UK, I attended the 10 days Vipassana. And I don't know, that courage came. And I asked my brother, can you tell me what was dad wearing that time? And Harleen, everything, the blanket to the cap to the stool, everything was the same. Everything
Wow.
was the same. What I saw. And the second was when my brother got heart attack. And that time I remember I was in my prayers and I was meditating and I saw everything what was happening. And I clarified this also because we never, but my brother gets very, sad and aggressive when we talk about his, when he got heart attack. But I said, please, I just want to, for my reassurance, this thing happened because now I'm studying in meditation, this thing happened. And everything was the same. The paint, I told him, the people who died on his next to his bed,
Wow.
I told about there was three nurses, two doctors, where was his all parameters, everything I explained. And he said, yes, it was fine. Everything what I told him.
Amazing.
That was the journey. And I think you get, intuitive. Once you become more meditation, the divinity gives you signal.
Yeah.
And this, I'm not telling still, as Patriji, we are very new. We are just toddlers. And still we are doubting ourselves. But I think divinity gives you message. Your inner voice give you message. What is, you are portraying, what is coming in front of you. So I always keep my energies high. Whatever is happen. Tsunami come, we'll take it on. He's up there. And I remember once very, reassurance, one of the very spiritual master gave, the person who loves you, he will never throw you in ditch. He will always carry you. So that, that statement, I know I'm very truthful. I do not unintentionally, if I've done anything wrong, I always, ask divinity to forgive me, my family, and but all the time, I know he's looking after me. And I'm very blessed. Yes, we are very blessed for everything, for everything.
I think everyone is blessed here who has came to this world in this human journey. We just need to, we keep saying we are not blessed. We have this problem, we have this problem, but at least if we are breathing, we are blessed.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
Balraj, can you give us a little sneak peek of your laughter workshops?
Okay, so let me tell you this about the laughter workshops. So, I always believe in this fact that, like Patriji's got a 5-finger concept. I've got a 5-finger concept for everyone to kind of understand. And I'll tell you in a very, very quick way. So the first finger represents self-love, which we spoke earlier about. How important is self-love to you? That the more you have to feel good about yourself, you have to give importance to yourself. You have to be positive about yourself. No matter what caste, color, creed you may belong to, you need to understand that you are the most unique person on this planet. There's nobody else like you. Koi dusra hai nahi. There's nobody else like you. So start having that feeling of self-love within yourself. The second finger of mine talks about gratitude. We need to express gratitude for everything around us, Harleen, whether it is living, whether it is non-living. Simple thing as this laptop through which we are able to talk to you. Do we ever play any gratitude towards that? Do we ever play gratitude to the mobile on which we are constantly there? Gratitude for everything. So do an experiment, friends, for 24 hours. Anything that you do, wear your clothes, express gratitude. You wear your shoes. The shoes, what does it do? It protects you from sunshine, from rain, from thorns, from dirtiness on you. Do you express it? Do you say thank you while you're tying your shoelaces? So express these kind of things. Experiment this for 24 hours and see what happens to you. Okay. Third thing, the most important, forgiveness. I know there are so many times, there are so many situations in your life in which people have hurt you. They've moved on, they've gone out of your life, and you're holding on to that thought for maybe, I don't know how many years, how many months, how many seconds, you're holding on to it. And you're holding on to it. It's like holding a glass, Harleen. If you hold it for 10 minutes filled with water, you can hold it for 10 minutes. For 30 minutes, you'll feel the pain. For 6 hours, you can't hold it. For 24 hours, can you hold that water? No, you can't. So why are we holding on to something that has happened to us in the past? Forgive it, yaar, and move on. Simple thing in life. And the fourth and the most important thing, is for me is laughter. You know, Harleen, all of us have actually forgotten how to laugh.
That is so true.
You
That
know,
is
hum
true.
log bhool gaye hain. We have forgotten how to even laugh. So every morning, I get up in the morning and I laugh it out. Laugh your guts out. Okay. I'm going to do a little bit of experiment with you, and I want to make you also laugh right now. So we're going to do that. Okay. So just imagine there is a lot of clutter in your head. A lot of clutter. And every morning, what do? We brush our teeth.
Mhm.
So right now, we're going to remove that clutter by doing a little bit of brain floss cleaning. Okay. So we're going to do it now. So as loud as you can. So.
Gosh.
Oh my God. Oops.
Oh, saw that? What happened?
Yes.
What happened was you suddenly, from a particular moment, you've gone into something very different, very blissful. And this is what you need to understand. Believe me, every challenge when it comes to me, any problem that comes to me, the first thing I do now is just give it a big laugh. कोई भी पंगा आ जाए life में, I just give it a big laugh. And suddenly that problem or that challenge, I look at it in a very different perspective. And that's what we need to do. So look at every problem with a solve it out, my friends. And last but not the least, for which we all are there, we all have been talking about the same thing which the master has taught to us, is meditation. Give at least twice a day that moment for yourself. You really need to give this for yourself. And I talk it out to every human being that I meet in my business, wherever I meet. I only talk about meditation now because I personally feel that this is something which every human should practice. The moment you start practicing it, give it a practice for 40 days, it'll become a part of your routine of your body. And once it becomes a routine of your body, you'll be on a different blissful journey. So I would say that, if you're depressed, you're living in the past. Remember this. If you're anxious about something, you're living in the future. But if you are calm, you are living in the present. So this is the thermometer which you need to check for yourself as a person. Are you depressed? So that means you're living in the past. If you're anxious, you're living in the future. But if you're calm, that means you're literally living in your present. And start living your life in present moments, friends. It's no point holding on to anything. It's not going to give you anything.
That's what they say. Laughter is a sound of your soul dancing. Because
Yes,
and these
absolutely.
days, you're right. We don't even laugh. If somebody's laughing, like especially kids laugh loud, like no, we have to stop. We tell them not to even laugh loud because if you see kids, they just laugh. And when we're outside, like no, we are already in public space. Don't do it. Just quiet. And if anybody has to join your laughter workshops, where they can contact you, is there any page or anything or any
Well,
sessions?
unfortunately, as I said, I'm only available on on the Zoom links and all that. So through PSSM and through anything, I've
Okay.
not created those things because I'm not that tech savvy, and of course, we also have to carry on our things in the outer
Yes.
world also. So that's also kind of puts me into constraints of those things. But yes, I do conduct. If any of your PSSM US wants to have those laughter therapies, we could definitely plan one.
We're
And
gonna do that
I'd
soon.
love
We
to
all
do that.
think all the people we need more laughter in our life.
Of course.
And that maybe a 30-second laugh, it actually you can feel your vibrations, your whole body started vibrating. It's just like we just take laugh very it's not even seriously, just a laugh, but even that 30 seconds I can feel every cell vibrating.
Yes,
So
yes, yes.
thank you. And before we close, one key takeaway for our viewers from both of you.
Go ahead.
Love, smile, live in present, and enjoy and meditate, because that's the main principle. Everything, you become confident, and then the world is in your hand. Whatever you want, you can do it. Okay, you become the master of your senses. Just laugh, smile, and do meditation.
For me, it's only about all is well. Remember
Yes,
this,
all is well.
all is well.
All as well.
All is well.
Yes.
जब लाइफ हो आउट ऑफ कंट्रोल तो आंखों को बंद करके बोल, आंखों को बंद करके और ध्यान में तू जाके बोल, all is well.
Yes, and shout.
कोई न जाने तेरा फ्यूचर क्या होगा, अरे ध्यान करेगा तो सब कुछ अच्छा होगा, तो ध्यान लगा ध्यान लगा ध्यान लगा के बोल, भैया all is well, everything is well.
Yes.
You know, it's just
Yes.
about how you look at life.
Yes.
Anything that comes across to you, take it, you know, with
Yes.
gratitude.
Yes.
Accept it with gratitude. जो भी आया आपकी तरफ, you know, accept it with gratitude and then enjoy the journey.
Thank you so much, both of you. Today's session was amazing. And it's you just guys, it's simple techniques with so much smile and so much gratitude. Like just listening to you, your perspective change. It's not like there's no many, like I can't say that there, you know, you have to read a book or textbook, just simple techniques you guys told us. And I am feeling so up the beat vibration. I can just stand up and dance. So
Thank you.
thank you.
Thank you.
And I hope
Thank
all
you,
of you
Harleen.
will
Thank
learn a
you
lot
so
from
much.
you, from you both. And
Thank
they
you.
can change their life as a couple in your relationships and anyways. And we look forward for you, both of you, to come to like a lot of laughter sessions in PSSM Global. We need that.
Sure.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
Thank you. It's
to
our
all
pleasure.
the PSSM Global
Thank you.
patrons who've been watching this, and thank you for giving us the honor to kind of express our inner self to you. Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank you
Harleen.
so
Thank
much.
you. It's our pleasure. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you all for joining me today. We have great pyramid masters coming in an upcoming episodes. So stay tuned. Until then, be conscious, stay miraculous, and keep meditating. And don't forget to subscribe PMC Global. And for PSSM courses, visit www.pssga.org. Thank you.